This video will explore doubles and halves. It follows on from another video that mostly explored doubles. We'll review the language of double and half and explore the connection between the two. This second video will focus mainly on halves. As a reminder, double can mean that you have two lots of the same amount. Or it might mean that you have twice as much or twice as many. Half can mean sharing or dividing something into two equal parts, groups, or amounts. Or you might say that you have 1/2 as much or 1/2 of the amount. We'll look again at the context of a pancake recipe to help us make sense of what half means and how it connects to doubles. It might not make sense to take the exact same examples that we've already used in another video, but it will hopefully help you to make better sense of the connections between doubling and halving. In the previous video, we saw that to make double the amount, we needed two lots of each of the ingredients. This meant that we took the ingredients for 4 people and doubled them to get the ingredients for 8 people. But what if the recipe that we were given was for 8 people, but we only wanted to make enough for 4 people? 4 is 1/2 of the number of people as 8 people. So you would need 1/2 of the amount of ingredients. Instead of doubling each of the ingredients, you would now need to halve each of the ingredients. So if a recipe for 8 people needed 200 grams of plain flour, 600 millilitres of milk, 4 large eggs, and 2 tablespoons of oil, if you want to make pancakes for 4 people, which is 1/2 of the number of people, you'll need 1/2 of the amount of ingredients. So instead of 200 grams of plain flour, you'll need 1/2 of the amount. 1/2 of 200 is 100, so 1/2 of 200 grams of plain flour is 100 grams of plain flour. Instead of 600 millilitres of milk, you'll need 1/2 of the amount. 1/2 of 600 is 300, so 1/2 of 600 millilitres of milk is 300 millilitres of milk. Instead of 4 large eggs, you will need 1/2 of the amount. 1/2 of 4 is 2, so you'll only need 2 large eggs. Instead of 2 tablespoons of oil, you'll need 1/2 of the amount. 1/2 of 2 is 1, so you'll just need 1 tablespoon of oil. So if we have a recipe for making pancakes for 8 people, and we want to make it for 1/2 the number of people, which is 4 people, we have to halve each of the ingredients. 1/2 of 200 grams of plain flour is 100 grams of plain flour. 1/2 of 600 millilitres of milk is 300 millilitres of milk. 1/2 of 4 large eggs is 2 large eggs. And 1/2 of 2 tablespoons of oil is 1 tablespoon of oil. For each of the ingredients, we need 1/2 as much if we want to make 1/2 the amount of pancakes. Let's have a look at some other halves. If Jessica has £4 and Calvin has 1/2 of the amount of money that Jessica has, how much does Calvin have? If we imagine splitting Jessica's amount of money into 2 equal groups, so 2 lots of £2, then Calvin has one of these 2 groups, which is £2. So Jessica has £4 and Calvin has £2, which is 1/2 of the amount of money that Jessica has. One cake has 6 candles. The other cake has 1/2 of the amount. How many candles does the other cake have? If you imagine splitting the candles on the first cake into 2 equal groups, so 3 and 3, or 2 groups of 3, then 1/2 of the candles will be one of these 2 equal groups, which is 3 candles. So 1/2 of 6 is the same as 6 minus 3, which equals 3. On Saturday, John ran 10 kilometres. On Monday, he ran 1/2 of the distance he ran on Saturday. How far did John run on Monday? 1/2 of 10 is 5, so 1/2 of 10 kilometres is 5 kilometres. So John ran 5 kilometres on Monday. So just to review the language that we've seen, double can mean that you have 2 lots of the same amount, or it might mean that you have twice as much or twice as many. Half can mean sharing or dividing something into 2 equal parts, groups, or amounts. Or you might say that you have 1/2 as much, or 1/2 of the amount. You might have noticed that doubling and halving can be thought of as opposites of each other, or that one undoes the other. For example, if I have 3 and I double it, I get 6. Then if I take 1/2 of 6, I get back to 3 again.